trauma puts you right back in the moment of when it happened. So, you got to be very, very careful to not try to revisit that same pain on that person, even if they reminded you.
If it's something that's small and you got a big emotion against it, then you should probably look at yourself and be like, what is this triggering?
Everything is a relationship, to the way you work out, to the way you think about things, to the people in your life, and how you deal with rejection. What's good, family? Welcome back to Relationship Wise. I'm your boy Terall, and this is
Tasia.
All right, so this week we're talking about relationship red flags you shouldn't ignore and solutions on how to handle it. Right. So the first one is controlling behaviors. Right. Well, controlling behaviors, they look like one partner dictating what the other partner wears, what they can see, or how they spend their time. This can also include constant checkups or jealousy, right? Well, that's a red flag. Controlling behaviors often stem from insecurity or a need for power, which can lead to emotional or even physical abuse, which is facts. Like, one of the typical big red flags, especially that men show women, is when they always trying to take her away from her family, or, trying to limit the time that she spent with her family. That's a huge red flag. It's almost like he's trying to isolate you to get him by himself to be able to do whatever he want with you. You know what I mean? So that controlling behavior is something, especially in this case, women should look out for. Men too, but it typically happens more with women. You know what I mean? Yeah. You want to go on to the next one, baby?
Lack of respect of boundaries, ignoring personal boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or social. This could range from invading personal space to pushing someone to do things they're uncomfortable with. Boundaries are essential for mutual respect. If someone continuously violates boundaries, it's a sign that they prioritize their desires over your comfort or well-being.
Fair. You got an example for that, babe?
No.
All right. So, well, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? But let's also put some more sauce on it. So sometimes one of the biggest boundaries I've had to deal with certain people is, I guess, timing, or them not being on time to a specific place. Like, I said this on here a couple weeks ago because something happened with a close friend. So they said they were going to be somewhere at a specific time, and they didn't even show up on time. And it's not like I said the time. They set the time. You feel me? So time in this case clearly is a boundary, right? And if they're not respecting that and they keep just playing with your time or playing with your boundary, you got to be mindful and be like, nah, bro, we can't even play like that anymore. Like, so it'll have to be sometimes where you literally show up and just be like, nah, we ain't even finna meet this person because they don't know how to respect our time. They don't know how to respect our boundaries, etc. So it's just something to consider, because listen, people will try it, and you don't want that. You got to make sure that they understand and know, like, my boundary is my boundary. My time is my time, and it is what it is. So yeah. All right. So the next one is excessive criticism or put downs, right? Regularly belittling, criticizing, and making fun of a partner in a way that hurts. This could be disguised as teasing, but often feels like an attack. Listen. So a lot of people like to do this. A lot of people like to, throw their little jabs, throw their little shade, pretend like, oh, I'm just joking. You can't take a joke. Da, 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 da. Constant criticism can chip away at self-esteem and create an unhealthy power dynamic where one person feels less valued. It's funny, and where we see this a lot at in parent-child relationships. Parents have this ability. I could go to times with my mom or even my dad where, because I always talk about my mom, let me talk about my daddy. So there was one time where me and my dad were arguing, right? He was trying to argue me down. He was trying to say, oh, well, you always do this, you always do that. But I kept like hitting him with good points. And there was this one time where like I basically beat him in the argument, and then he found something else to kind of put me down about. And I'm like, really, bro? Like, I'm just like, really? Like, you can't let me have this point. Granted, I get it. They a parent, whatever. There's a power dynamic. But parents in particular have this tendency of like trying to make you feel like you're less than, or, they want to kind of keep you in your place. And they'll do that by teasing or belittling your mindset, trying to insult your intelligence. It's like, nah, like just because you, the adult or the parent figure, don't necessarily mean you make more sense all the time. So
you have some parents that some parents that think or inadvertently belittle you to encourage you.
Yeah.
To build you up, and they were like, "Oh, I'm just doing this out of love," and it's like that's not love.
Right. And I mean, and to your point, yes, there are some times where the belittling is always bad. Yes, parents should teach you to have thick skin and be, kind of tough on you from time to time. So all belittling isn't always a bad thing. It's just depending on how it's used. But for this case, yeah. When they tease you consistently, listen. But there's goods and bads to it. But when it's consistent, it's like, nah, that's crazy. That's extremely crazy. Go ahead, baby.
The lack of support for personal growth.
Yeah.
So that's dismissing or undermining your personal goals, ambitions, or accomplishments.
Yep.
This can manifest as downplaying your achievements or being unsupportive of changes that make you better. So that could probably be like you got a promotion at job and then they like not being supportive about it, or you finally decided to start that business and they not really here for it.
Yeah.
A healthy partner will want to see you grow and succeed. Someone who feels threatened by your personal development may try to keep you stagnant for their own comfort. Basically,
that's true.
If you in a relationship, and it could be vice versa, but I'm gonna just do the male aspect. If the male wants to be the breadwinner of the family and they don't want the female to succeed and get that promotion, you may start making six figures and he's still not making that. And it's like kind of like, yeah. So, and he's not happy for that.
Yeah.
Although he should be, why not? But because he wants to be the one on top.
Right.
He not going to support it.
Right. So, and to her point, a lot of dudes got that problem for real. A lot of dudes get insecure about the power dynamic shifting in a relationship because they be feeling like, oh, if my woman make more money than me, she's going to be in charge of things, because men believe that because the person who has the most money should have their way and should have most power. So I could see that's that threatening feeling.
Make the decisions.
Or make the decision. Yeah,
the final
they got the
decisions.
final say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's facts. That's facts. And even the fact of personal growth, right? Some people, both male and female and otherwise, like can really be upset about your personal growth because they can feel like they're left behind. In a relationship, I guess y'all supposed to feel like y'all going at the same speed sometime, right? But because they are individual journeys, when you start to grow and kind of, like you said, succeed at a job, or, hit that goal weight, or have a certain amount of friends, they might be like, nah. Your life is a little bit too lit. It shouldn't be that lit. I got to dim your light because I don't want you to leave me, or I don't want you to outgrow me, because you're supposed to be the person I want you to be as opposed to the person you need to be. So
then that goes back to the other red flag, was controlling behavior.
True. Hella facts.
And then the last one, unresolved past trauma or emotional baggage. Difficulty forming emotional connections, past relationship issues affecting the present, or projecting unresolved feelings onto current partners.
That's
so
a big one.
I feel like a lot of people do this nowadays if they have like that toxic relationship, or the females who have had the boyfriend that was a narcissist, or who have maybe been in a domestic type of situation. They kind of like, they keep their wall up, but to a degree that is hindering the current relationship. You don't give your partner time to love on you like you want them to, but because you keep blocking everything coming your way.
Because you're afraid that you may be hurt again and things like that. So yeah, that happens a lot. And listen, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, because I was going to say this point reminds me of the podcast I was listening to, the Megan and Ashley.
Yeah.
She had somebody on there. I can't remember the person's name, but she came out with a book that said the gift of rejection. So a lot of people have been rejected in their life. And one of the examples she gave is that if a person was rejected if a boy or man, whatever, was rejected by their mother as a child, they think, oh, okay, they might get over it. They might forgive their mom or whatever. But when they get into a relationship, that rejected behavior starts to project onto the female that they're dating. So now they're giving that same behavior that they did not like onto this person.
So, wow, that's crazy. Because that makes a lot of sense, though. You know, that mother will really be killing some dudes. I ain't gonna lie to you. What? That's crazy. And you know what's funny? I remember I had a conversation with one of my friends about this specific thing. I was like, look, bro, don't allow that girl to take out her past shit on you. Now, ladies, I get it. Some men and come into your life and you feel like, oh, well, he's supposed to help me heal and right? But healing, while a man could create a space for you, healing is all you, baby. You feel me? Like, it's not a man's job to lick your wounds, so to speak, or help you. Well, he can help you in certain things, but the job is really yours. So just keep that in mind, because I've seen personally where dudes are like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to tell her nothing because, you know, dudes in the past did this. And it's like, bro, like, you ain't supposed to be the dudes from her past. So she shouldn't be holding you in the same caliber and the same, you know, frame of mind as them, because you're not
vice versa.
And vice versa, right? Like
because it really be some dudes out here who be hurt from past relationships, and then they take it out on the next girl. Or even like I said, the walls thing, but like they'll find any little thing that will, or maybe the the new girlfriend did something to trigger him from the past relationship, but instead of saying, hey, I don't want you, can we not do that no more? That kind of messed with me a little bit. He would just, what am I doing? I lost the train of thought.
But he would just take it out on the girlfriend. Yeah, he would take it out on her. And it's funny because as a guy, like, I wouldn't say I've done the healthy thing, luckily, because for me, like, there's been times where I've been with an ex, for example, where I was like, damn, like, when you did that, it reminded me so much of my ex. And I was like, and I had like a feeling where I was like, damn, how the fuck do I handle this shit without taking it out on her? Because I don't want to blow up on her. But I what she did reminded me so much of that. And trauma is funny because trauma puts you right back in the moment of when it happened. So, you know, you got to be very, very careful to not try to revisit that same pain on that person, even if they reminded you. You know what I'm saying? Because the trigger is a trigger. It still is one, however.
So you got to sit in it. Was it the same podcast? I don't know. I was.
Wait, let me finish what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. A trigger is a trigger. However, you got to understand that the trigger comes from you, not from them. They said something to you that put you in a place. Yeah, right?
That's what I was going to say. That if something triggers you, you got to sit back and look at the moment. Why does this make me feel that way?
Right.
Not take it out on a person, but because clearly it affected you, or like you could see that it affected you such in a big way that maybe she don't even see it, or it's like what she did is like she don't see that it hurt you, or whatever the case may be. But if it's something that's small and you got a big emotion against it, then you should probably look at yourself and be like, what is this triggering?
Right. What unresolved shit is this bringing up for me that I haven't addressed? So yeah, facts, hella facts.
So the red flags we talking about, I'm gonna just read
some of the
titles.
solutions.
I'm gonna read the titles back. So
Okay.
So controlling behaviors, lack of respect for boundaries, excessive criticism or put downs, lack of support for personal growth, and unresolved past trauma or emotions. I'm pretty sure there's more red flags out there, but
Right. These
are ones that we want to talk about.
Yeah, these main ones that came up. Yeah.
And then now we're going to give you some solutions on how to handle
the red flags.
The red flags.
Yeah.
So you read first one.
Okay. All right. So one of the first solutions is communicate directly and honestly, right? Have an open conversation about the behavior or patterns you've noticed. The patterns is key, right? And that's something we're going to put a pin in that. All right. So use I statements to express how these behaviors make you feel without sounding accusatory. Huge. Right? So I feel, well, we'll get to it. So I feel hurt. I feel hurt when you dismiss my concerns. I think it's important for us to talk through how we can handle conflicts better. Right? And this helps because sometimes a partner may not realize their actions are problematic. And communicating opens the door to change and showing willingness to work through the issues. Okay. I feel hurt when you dismiss my concerns is top tier, right? And I was thinking, what was I thinking about earlier?
You said something you wanted to come back to patterns.
Yeah, patterns. So let's go to patterns and I feel statements. So patterns, right? It's very, very important. Very, very important that you pick up on your partner's patterns, right? For whatever reason, I don't know why, but people believe that behavior is random, and it never really is. It's always based on a pattern. Most behaviors, I guess because I'm a teacher, I see it, especially with kids. Everything that you do now, it's almost like it's a habit. You start to see it kind of reoccur. So you have to pay attention to your partner's habits and baseline behavior. Like if they're always happy and then out of nowhere they become sad, hold up. There's something I got to pay attention to here. If the person is always trying to make jokes and somehow they're either down or they're not really like wanting a joke or what have you, you got to just be mindful of like, hold up, that's not your usual self, and pay attention to and hone in on that pattern, right? So, and now the I feel statements, right? So I feel hurt when you dismiss my concerns is dope, right? One of the things people got to get better at is not trying to interpret for the person what they did, but how what they did made you feel, right? Which, like this thing says, a lot of times people say, well, I feel like you don't care about me, which is ridiculous to say because you can't quantify to another person how the fuck they feel about you, right? Say, when you did X, it made me feel bad. You know what I mean? When I don't know.
So could you say when you did X, it made me feel like you didn't care?
No. Because you're still saying you, right? So you could say, oh, and funny enough, thank you for saying that because that's exactly what I thought of earlier. So when you did X, I felt uncared for, and the difference is you can't tell me how you can tell me how you want to be cared for, right? But you're telling me that I don't care, which makes me more defensive. When you did X or when you didn't do X,
if you say it made me feel that like you didn't care, because it's telling you how I felt.
Okay. So, and what you did makes me feel like you don't care. Is right? Who's the care? Who?
I get what you're saying. Like you're saying that saying that you don't care, but isn't that better than the first? What was the first one you gave? That was
no.
I feel like you don't care about me or whatever.
I feel uncared for.
No. The very first example you gave.
Yeah. The first example was I feel like you don't care about me, basically.
I feel like you don't care about me.
Oh, when you did X, and then I feel like you don't care about me. Or I feel like you don't care.
And what did I say? That's what I said. The same thing, I guess.
Basically, yeah. But see, that's the thing, because even though we mean what we're trying to express to this person is what you did. It seems like you don't care about me, right? That's technically what we're trying to get across to the person, right? But don't try to label the feeling for the person. Tell them the feeling you got when they did with the action, right? So literally, I feel uncared for when you do X. I feel unheard when you don't listen to me. That hits entirely different, because in that way, It's about what you feel based on what they did.
Yeah.
You're not trying to tell them, oh, well, you don't care about me or you don't love me or da 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 da. That makes people walls come up and they become extremely defensive because you're now that's accusatory.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You're telling them what they don't do.
Yeah.
As opposed to what they didn't do made you feel. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. So the next,
I said my bad to belabor the point. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
The next solution is to set boundaries.
Yes.
So clearly define what behavior are unacceptable and establish firm boundaries around them. Be specific about the actions you won't tolerate and the consequences of crossing those boundaries. So an example of this would be like, I need time to spend with my friends without feeling guilty.
Oh, yeah.
If you continue to pressure me when I'm with them, it will hurt our relationship. So setting boundaries reinforces respect and gives your partner a clear understanding of your limits. It creates a structure for healthier interactions.
All right. Yeah, perfect. Facts. So, which is dope. I like this one, because I need time to spend with my friends without feeling guilty. If you continue to pressure me when I'm with them, it'll hurt our relationship is facts. Like that's hella clear. I really like that example. That example is top tier. That example is top tier. I don't even want to go in depth with that one. Go ahead. Yeah. So the next solution, y'all, is seek relationship counseling or therapy. The wise always seek counsel. All right. So if communication and boundaries aren't enough to resolve deeper issues, consider seeking help from a professional counselor or therapist. A therapist can offer tools and strategies for better communication, conflict resolution, and emotional healing. They provide a neutral space for both parties to express themselves and work through tough issues. Right? Yeah, I think relationship therapy and counseling is always good. Therapy in general is just vibe. I don't think we necessarily need to go to couples therapy, but I would love to go to couples therapy just because
we did the premarital therapy thing before we got married, but and you've done therapy for yourself.
Yeah, personal therapy. It was top 10. I ain't gonna hold you. So but yeah, having that neutral person speak to both of you will help clarify some
mediator
issues.
too, because y'all don't. Maybe communication is not your strong suit. So even if y'all try to communicate and set your boundaries, or do whatever to assess these red flags. Yeah. If y'all know how to communicate, then y'all need somebody in the middle to kind of let you speak, and then. Or y'all should do that. What is that therapy? I don't know if it's a technique or whatever. I be seeing it on TV. The person talk. Like if you say something and then we're like, what I took from that is, this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah, I like, that too. I mean, that, and therapy teaches you that, right? Because, and that's just an extremely good skill because a lot of times when two people are talking, they talking on two different wavelengths. Like there's like, I think I'm communicating effectively to you, but you ain't really, it ain't landing. I'm saying X and you hearing Y and vice versa. And you like, nah, bro, this ain't, I mean this. And then it's like, yeah. So yeah, that's a good way to do it. But if that don't help, try therapy, try counseling, you know what I'm saying? And be open to being okay with what they're telling you, because a lot of times people don't be thinking they wrong. Egos be all over the place. I know I've heard of some couples who went to therapy and the one spouse was like, "Oh, you talked to the therapist before I got there." No, that didn't happen, but
I'm gonna read the next two.
Okay.
So the next solution is to give your partner chances. Give your partner a chance to change. I can't read today. After discussing the red flags, allow your partner some time to work on their behavior, especially if they express a willingness to change. Set a timeline for improvement and regular check-in on progress. So change doesn't happen overnight. But if both partners are committed to addressing the issue, positive change can happen over time. Regular check-ins ensure accountability. So I purposely put this one in there because how you gonna have solutions to red flags, but you ain't get a time to fix it.
Right.
Like, so
Facts.
you gotta
Facts.
give them some time, and the check-in thing is really good too, because it depends on the red flag. I don't see, maybe if y'all don't have boundaries or I mean, I guess you can. If you notice that they regularly have this red flag type of behavior, then maybe every 2 weeks y'all sit down and talk about it, because 9 times out of 10, the behavior is going to continue to happen.
Right.
But you can see how to adjust it. So, for example, with the boundaries, if with that example about going out with your friends, if you notice when you went out with your friends recently, he didn't harass you and text you and be like, where you at? What you doing? What you notice? So then when y'all go in to check in 2 weeks later, be like, I noticed that you're working on it, because when I went out with my friends these 2 days, you didn't text me, and I appreciate that.
Right. Showing appreciation, letting them know that they did it. Yeah, facts. Yeah. Okay.
You got anything for that one? Or?
Yeah. Yes and no. So I'll be brief.
Okay.
Yeah, you should always just give your partner a chance to change, right? Because life is about growing and evolving. So give them that space of like, all right, look, I gave you this task, or I feel like I want this from you. And I'm gonna give you the space and the time to go ahead and fix it. Because people's behaviors and mindsets can change. So yeah, that's why I like it.
And then the last one, reassess your priorities. So consider whether your partner behavior aligns with your values, emotional needs, and long-term goals. Sometimes red flags reveal incompatibilities that aren't easily fixable. Easily fixable. Not all relationships are meant to last.
Right.
Reassessing your priorities help you decide if the relationship is worth salvaging or if it's healthier to walk away. Right. So this is the last solution, is the end all be all. If you communicated with them,
y'all done went to therapy.
You gave them chances to try to change. Y'all had your little check-ins. Still nothing changing. Then you might just need to walk away.
I thought you was about to go.
Yeah,
I feel you. Just wipe your hands. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, and facts, right? Because sometimes people grow apart. Sometimes people were sent to you to be lessons. You feel me? Not necessarily lessons or whatever y'all be saying and all that dumb shit.
They be saying the most one is like, people are here some people are there for a season and not
a lifetime.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's facts. You know what I mean? Because really and truly, like, everybody ain't meant to be in your life forever. So take the lesson and keep that hoe pushing, because sometimes you can't fix people. And that's cool. You ain't meant to fix everybody. You're meant to help people, but not fix them. So we don't do about the bill over here, because fuck all that.
And we're there for a reason. That's all it is. Because that's what it is. Some people are there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Okay. Is that from Medea?
No, I don't know why. I recently heard it. It could have been either the TV show I was watching or the podcast that I have been listening to on the way to work.
Okay.
One or the other. That's how I got the one about the book, the gift of rejection. Yeah. I kind of want to get that book because it sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Or the person who was talking about it, the way she talked, sound interesting.
Okay. Maybe that's something we got to read and like talk about on the pod. Y'all let us know in the comments. Yeah, because let us know if y'all got any relationship books y'all want us to actually read and then talk about on the pod. I'm down to do that too.
I don't think that book is more of a relationship book. It's more of like a self-help book.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, like I said, if they've been rejected, they tend to project that energy onto other things in their life. So not just relationship rejected, but more
rejected in general.
Yeah, like if my friends, they ain't invite me out to this place, or they they were going out.
Yep.
And then you didn't get no invite. So then you like, dang, like but he ain't like me.
Right. But I mean, most things that we got in our life, babe, are relationship. Believe it or not, we don't think about it in that way. But I feel you.
I get what I mean. Like relationship, because it is friendship. Like the ships. Yeah.
All the ships.
Yeah.
And that's why we call that shit relationship wise. Okay, so I'm playing. Yeah, because it's everything is a relationship to the way you work out, to the way you think about things, to the people in your life, and how you deal with rejection. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the book is called "The Gift of Rejection: Harness Your Pain to Propel Your Purpose."
Do me a favor, send me that or put it in a chat for me or the note for me, because I'm put it on the screen for people to see. Okay. That's a dope. I probably should read that next.
It just came out in October, like October 1st, I think.
Oh, okay. Black author?
Yeah, Nona Jones.
Nona Jones, we might have to holler at you because yeah.
Yeah, you should listen to the podcast too.
Okay.
Apparently she's been on there twice. I didn't listen to her on the first one, but
that second one was it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Rejection. Okay. So any last thoughts before we wrap up, babe? Do we want to talk about 75 Hard or just this week?
Nah, same old.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, man, listen. When it comes to red flags, pay attention to them, pay attention to the patterns. Don't allow yourself to get caught in any negative ones. You know, rise above it. You got this. Right? Seek help and counseling. Give people time to fix the problems. And if it ain't fixable, openly communicate. But if it ain't fixable, y'all know what they do. Drop it like a bad habit. That's all I'm saying.
Kick rocks.
Right. But yeah. All right, family. So this has been Relationship Wise. I've been Terrell. This is
Tasia.